There we go. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever in the world. Tonight's another edition of Hong Kong House of Cards. Doing a shifter scene tonight with the Western Shifters. Mox the Red Star has sent out a call to the other um, members of the Western Concordiate to see if they'll show up and talk to them about something that's of drastic importance. Unfortunately, it only seems like 3 of them are going to actually make any appearances, including himself. So, Mox will basically meet on the bond with them. He'll show up before anybody else, more than likely. All sense of joviality, all sense of lightheartedness is gone from his face, and it's fairly obvious. He'll be sitting there with his staff, waiting for others to show up.
So where are we at right now? The bond of the Western Sept?
Yeah,
Or
the bond of Fairview Sept.
okay. Felicia will be rolling on over. Has Mox asked her to come armed, unarmed, or whatever?
It was. He basically would have said that this is a talk.
All right, they're talking. Felicia's leaving the den.
All right.
Since that's the tone of this. It's probably not that big a deal because she's an Arun anyway, and the gun is literally the weakest weapon she has. But it's a statement, nevertheless.
Elizabeth's there. She would have showed up at the exact time that Mox said that they were supposed to be there, not any later. She's just waiting. She's in her usual attire. Her pistols are in her jacket. She didn't think to leave them behind, but they're not like visibly showing any either. And she's just kind of waiting.
All right, Mitchell, would anybody have shown up with Mox?
They'll probably show up a little bit later to give Mox time to kind of acclimate people to what's going on.
Okay. All right. So Mox is going to look at Felicia and at Elizabeth and is going to say, has anybody spoken to Elisha or Thomas or Hannah?
I have not seen any of them.
This is going to be more trouble than I thought. Oh wait, hold on. I just got a message from Ben.
Oh, yes! Oh, yeah!
For him. Oh,
No, this is the opposite of that. This is the deterrent from Ham.
Yeah.
Go full peace, Ham.
No such thing as a peace ham.
Let's see if we can get him in.
Ham.
He says 10 minutes.
Shall we just get started and have Thomas come on in whenever?
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I suppose if they come later, it won't be too big of an issue. I have been on a bit of a whirlwind since what happened with Whimpers the Coward. It's important for you to know, I understand your anger and your rage. I do not understand or know if you can understand mine.
I think it was your right mate.
He was the first person I met when I came to Hong Kong. He was the first person who made me feel that I was not alone. We greeted each other in the custom of our particular tribe. He treated me as if I were, well, a younger brother. I have taken... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, she was just going to say, for what it's worth, I'm sorry.
Everybody's sorry. Everybody's all sorry. is nothing that any of us could have done or even foreseen, for it was in his nature to act surreptitiously, yet he did so in a manner that was detrimental and blatantly offensive. He disgraced his name, he disgraced his auspice, he disgraced his tribe, and for those reasons I have sought to have him permanently stricken from the tribe itself. During the course of this, I have come upon certain truths. And these are truths that you must listen to, even if you do not wish to. Consider this another lesson from your friendly neighborhood monk. We are all of one blood. We are all of one thoughts and purpose in this world. And the fact that we are divided by ideology hinders our eventual goal. Would you agree with this?
Felicia thinks on that. I think all of the tribes exist for a reason. I think that if we were to discard the differences and embrace the similarities and our commonalities, I think we could get much further.
I'm not speaking just of the Western Concordiate. I'm speaking of all shifters.
If I could go back in time and stop the world rage, I would. But I can't.
None can. All we can do is learn from the past and pray you do not repeat it. While I was uncovering these troops, I was given a quest, a task by Patchwork Wolf. What was his name again? Mahio or something like that? Mitchell.
Meninglo, out of character.
Menewo. A mission from Menewo that there must not be war between us and the beast courts. We must come to an agreement. We must come to terms. And in the purpose of this, I sought an audience with their leader. Their leader told me that Sunai was being sent here to help us. I don't believe Sunai sees this the same way that the leader does. However, I was given 30 days to get us into order. That means that we need a true alpha, one who will not fall under the same absurdities that the previous alphas have fallen under. We need a true sept, strong and united. And I have been given assistance in that regard from the Beast Courts itself. And he's going to look up to this guy to see if he can tell how soon it'll be before the others show up.
They're on their way. They'll be there in about 30 seconds to a minute's worth of conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll give anybody time to say anything that wants to. Otherwise, they'll just show up.
Mox is going to look to Felicia and Elizabeth. I know what I am asking is difficult. Please, I wish your thoughts on this.
If they want to help, genuinely want to help, then I can accept that. What I'm not okay with, and what I don't want to come here to do, is to shrug off someone's threats to lead a hostile takeover against the Sept and subjugate the Garu and the Kinfolk here.
According to their leader, that's not their intention. They want the sept protected. That is their primary concern.
That may be their intention, but is that Sunai's intention?
It's got me worried.
From what I was told, Sunai's intention is irrelevant. He is to follow orders. And I am, and our allies are to ensure that he follows orders.
Felicia nods.
About this time,
Oh, Mitch, you're coming in real muffled, man.
aha, success.
There we go. Much better. Much better.
Sounds like you just extended out your microphone.
Yeah. So about this time, those of you, I don't know if any of you have met Sarah yet. This is Sarah Renard.
Felicia spoke to her.
Okay.
And so technically did Elizabeth, so.
Yeah, Felicia. Yeah, she's the one that
Yeah, the lore. Yeah.
got lore 2 from. So
So she'll come up and say, "Hello again. It's nice to see you all. I brought some friends with me."
as Sarah comes on up, Felicia will expose her throat accordingly for such a high-ranked member of the nation.
Mox will do likewise.
So
She is-
Elizabeth.
She is wearing a jacket and a t-shirt and some jeans, and she motions behind her and she says, "I brought some friends with me. Would you like to meet them?"
Sure.
Mox will nod his head.
Oh, by the
So-
way, out of curiosity, what's Sarah's rage score?
Like 4?
Okay, if she's she's standard Galliard.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a rather severe-looking individual in a suit, and he is introduced. And he bows very low when he is introduced. This is Slace the Centipede, and he is here to assist with the matters which he knows best, which are the matters of warfare.
Felicia will, because I've actually checked her sheet multiple times, actually gave her etiquette 1. She returns the bow correctly.
Good.
She been doing her reading and shit. And she probably been learning from Mox on the side.
Yeah. Who actually has etiquette 1, so Mox will perform. He doesn't perform the same bow as he does. He performs his own Shaolin bow.
All right, yeah, makes sense.
Elizabeth, who also has etiquette 1, she just does a very normal but respectful bow. It's not like it's very generic, but it's still respectful.
And Sarah will gesture over to an impossibly old-looking woman. And say, "This is Amma Chandrakala. She is one of our eldest."
I'm trying to remember. She's the Stargazer, right?
She's the Stargazer.
All right.
Did you have a Stargazer pure breed?
Pardon?
Oh, it's just that none of their breeds were mentioned. Do either of them have pure breed thus far?
Yes, both of them.
I figured Felicia would recognize Stargazers, but what about Beat Takeshi's?
Oh,
That's Hiroyuki Sanada.
Oh, Yuriki Sonata, my bad.
are you asking what it looks like?
Either what it looks like or what it smells like.
You've been around Shadow Lords, right?
Yeah, Felicia's probably been around a Shadow Lord or two.
It's like that, but it's not. Something's off about it.
Okay. Felicia has no idea what the fuck Haken are. So she's definitely caught a little off guard by this. She's like, alright. She's rolling with the punches.
So now that Sarah has introduced them generically, they will each take a moment in order of their rank to discuss themselves a little more personally. And Amachandrakala says, I am a jade mirror of the stargazers. It is nice to meet all of you.
Mox will perform a very low bow in respect to an elder of his tribe.
Felicia will do the same, although she has no idea what the fuck a jade mirror is. Makes the note to get 10 yokai lore this month.
Is there a look of confusion on Felicia's face?
Should not. She's a soldier. She's not gonna like break that over just one term she doesn't know. She knows what a stargazer is, and she knows what an elder is.
Okay. I am Gold Pillar of the Haken. I am here in a capacity to ensure your defenses.
Once again, bows, since they're introducing themselves a little more personally.
Bows as well.
Yes.
So, which one of you is to lead?
Mox is going to look over at Felicia.
Okay, then noticing that, she'll go ahead and step forward and she'll say, for now that shall be me. I apologize, I'm unsure of how to vocally. What would be the honorific to use with you? Is Raya sufficient?
That will do.
She'll nod, and then she'll say, all right then, Raya, then for now that shall be me.
For now. For now is disturbing term. For now means there will be change in the future. There is enough change now.
Mox
We
was.
were sent,
Sorry, go ahead. Finish up, Mitchell.
we were sent to ensure that this entire cairn did not fall to Centipede.
Mox will step forward next to Felicia. Felicia Privis First Class Cervantes is probably the most skilled and able warrior among us. She has also taken it upon herself to help in the training of other cubs and has proven herself in battle. She is the one I would choose for Alpha. I believe there is none better amongst us to lead this sept, and that will continue into perpetuity.
And who will be your speaker?
Mox is going to look around. I actually had a thought on that. If only we could find Thomas Boland.
I will meet with this Thomas Boland. And about this time, the little old lady kind of like pats him on the elbow. Come now. There's no need for that kind of hostility. They're probably frightened of you.
Actually, believe it or not, if I forget what's the Hawkins name.
The Hawkins name, his deed name is Slays the Centipede. His actual name is Katsuo Daisuke.
Okay, if he didn't give that, then it slays the centipede. Slays the centipede will notice Felicia ain't exactly afraid of him, but it's higher ranked officer.
Mox has far too much a look of determination in his eyes that fear doesn't seem to be there.
Now, let's sit and talk about the things that Amachandrakala was sent here to discuss. And she just like kind of leans on Sarah until she can sit down on the ground.
Mox will swiftly follow suit, sitting in the lotus pattern.
Felicia will kind of note this. She'll fall into this too. She's going to go ahead and sit down.
Okay.
Not one to stick out too much.
Yeah, Elizabeth will as well. And by the way, that role was just her manipulation subterfuge to keep her expression passive.
Okay.
Oh God, thank you, Mitchell, for putting that up. I wasn't gonna say that name right ever. It's gonna take me a couple times to get that name. I'm just letting you know.
That's okay. That's okay. Also, this is the sweetest little old lady picture I could find,
I know, right?
so I had to use it.
Mother Teresa looked like that too. Ladies.
Especially not this one. She's ranked 6.
Yeah, you don't.
Jesus God!
She's Guru and she's old. You don't trust her because she'll.
Actually, no, she's an old Garu. Not
You don't
today.
fuck with her.
Actually, by the way, what are their rage scores?
Oh
They're-
dear God! Oh dear God!
Actually, if the Haken has Aura of Confidence, Felicia cannot sense his rage score.
that is legitimate. But Chandrakala's is probably around. Let's see. She started as a theurge and she's been around for ages, so it's probably 7 or 8. It's probably not like super high.
7 or 8 rage. Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
Isn't
So-
that enough to stop a person's heart from fear?
But she is actually, it's probably not even that high, to be fair. I haven't really statted her out yet. It's probably
Okay.
closer. It's probably
If
closer
that's
to
the case,
6.
then- Yeah, if that's the case, then you can just say you don't know for right now. Why? Because rank 6, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I wanted to spend more time on the stories than I did on the stats, because if it has stats, you can kill it, and I didn't want anybody killing them. So
That's fair. You could just say magic bullshit Felicia doesn't know. And Felicia would be okay with that because these are motherfucking high-ranked Garu.
So she sits and she says, "Now, it's my understanding, children, that you think that Sun Ai wants to make war on your sept."
Mox will nod his head. The way that it was led for us to believe is that Sunai blames us for everything that's gone wrong in this city and intends to forcibly take the Fairview Sept from us and kick us out.
He blamed the chick at first, too. It wasn't his fault either. Sun Ai is the cause of Sun Ai's problems. However, Sun Ai was tasked with finding out whether or not the sept could be salvaged, given the events of the past. And she's trying to put it delicately, but there's not really a delicate way to say it.
There's no delicate way to say, yo, 2 past apt alphas were worm tainted AF.
Yeah, right. Like there's not a way to say that over tea. So it was his mission to discern if the sept was as tainted as some of its members had been in the past. If we could take this dragon's nest and hold it amongst ourselves to keep it in trust for Gaia.
I can promise you, Great Raya, that there is none of us here who are tainted by Centipede or the Worm. We were unaware of the actions of Whimpers like Coward. He has a very secretive manner amongst him, and it is now proven to be effective in destroying what little hope we had left of salvaging. Only by... Oh, sorry. Was he going to interrupt her?
No, he's just assenting.
Okay.
Okay, he's just
Oh.
making rough noises just to look intimidating as fuck.
Yeah.
Only by undertaking the journey that I did and speaking to Manewo was I able to determine the proper course of action. I know that this sept is best led by the Concordians, and I know full well that I am not meant to be its alpha. I am meant to be its facilitator.
Huh. In this case, how can you be so sure if the one before you was so secretive? How can one... Excuse me, sorry. Character break.
No worries.
How can one be so certain that there is no other taint here?
I have faith.
Faith. Faith is well and good. Many have had faith and many have fallen. Show me more than faith.
Damn it, this is why we actually needed Tiger, because the bear has right of cleansing.
I mean, Felicia also has right of cleansing.
Felicia.
Wait, Felicia has right of cleansing. What the fuck? Will then look to slays the centipede and say, Raya, if I may have permission to speak.
Speak.
I don't think it's any great secret amongst any of us that those that are truly and deeply tainted by the worm's influence, they feel a pain when rite of cleansing is used against them. Also, there are a great many spirits that if brought across such taint, there will be reactions. Also, I know of more than one Talon that's made to snuff out any sort of worm taint, period. If you wish to suss these out of any of us, I will be the first one to volunteer for this.
And what of those who are not tainted, but are merely cowardly?
If I may speak, Raya.
Yes.
She nods her head. Any here who will not, any on this sept who will not fight for Gaia, will not fight for our mother, will have their cowardice corrected, Raya. And I will be proud to perform it for them and for our mother. And out of character, she was not stumbling over her words as bad as I was. Just
That's cool. Well, this has been a lovely chat. What else may we do? You say that there are rites and talons that may be used to suss out your words, worm taint. If you can find centipede among those who live with you, perhaps you should do so before our next meeting.
Hey, Mitchell,
Yes.
are there still Bane charms on the sept?
Probably.
I can't take them down without breaking them, though. Mox will poke his head up. There's still Bane charms on the sept. They ring in the presence of Wormtaint and Banes.
Interesting.
I know where they're positioned, but we can't take them down without them doing the magic on them.
Ah. Well, why don't we take Amachandra Kala on a field trip, children? Take grandmother and show her these things.
Mox will nod and slowly stand up.
Sarah and Daisuke will both help Chandrakala up.
It's Chandrakala.
Chandrakala.
Chandrakala. Okay, I think I got this. Felicia would not butcher that name. If I do, please correct me.
It is totally okay.
So if everybody's getting up, Mox will actually lead them over to where the Bane charms were hung. basically, I think they're described as bone wind chimes that are silent in wind unless worm taint or a worm tainted spirit crosses their boundary.
She will walk under them first, led by the other two.
Mox will look at Felicia. As Alpha, you take the first step.
Felicia nods and then just goes ahead and walks on through. And unless there was a secret 6-point worm taint flaw on my sheet that Mitchell didn't tell me about,
Oh, you're good. And all of a sudden, no.
oh shit!
Then everybody goes, "Sorry, Tim. Time to roll a new PC."
Yeah. Hey, no, circle of life.
Oh God, no!
God damn it!
Jesus, no! Please live a long time. Okay. Anyone else going to walk under them?
Mox will go
Elizabeth
next.
Okay.
Well, yeah, Elizabeth will take up their very. Before she crosses under them, she'll just kind of look up, offer a silent prayer to Gaia, and then just for the protection of the seven, and then she'll walk under because this feels important.
Okay. Well, it seems like all of us are safe. So, let us discuss the nature of our requests. We will go into this further when we can speak with your designated. And she looks wordlessly at Sarah, and you see Sarah's eyes move and her head turns a little bit, and it's like there's almost a pause, and then Chandrakala will look back and say, "Ah, yes, one of your half-moon judges. Do you have one?"
Mox will kind of stammer at that and look at Felicia. You're the one training her.
No, okay, Felicia's never heard that term before, so she's probably just going to blink a couple times and ask, I'm sorry, Chandrakala Raya, are you referring to a Philodox, a half-moon?
Mox will nod.
The half-moon judges.
Yes, there is one on set. However, she is a cub.
A
She is
cub? Her eyes get really big.
Felicia's trying to determine if she needs to explain what cub means or what. She's waiting for right now.
The expression on Chandrakala's face is like you just told Grandma that
Nobody ate all her cookies.
no, that the grandbaby needs their birthday is coming up and they need a new toy.
Oh no! Oh no!
There's Ben.
Going full ham today.
Welcome.
Yay.
Everything okay, Ben?
Should be. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
Yeah, we can.
You can go ahead and intro if you want.
I'll need to know what's going on first.
Well,
You have
right now.
walked into-
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You have walked into a meeting where Elizabeth, Mox, and Felicia are speaking with this cute little old lady, this cute little young lady, and this very angry gentleman.
Grr, I'm a burr, motherfucker.
All right, Thomas will enter the room casually.
We're actually on the bond. We're actually
What?
we're on the
We're
bond.
outside.
Oh,
We're standing next to a tree that has bone charms on it.
he'll enter the area fairly casually, sipping from one of the bottles that he usually uses as brew sample.
Mox will notice Thomas and will go, "Oh, see, our speaker has come." And Mox will walk over, grab Thomas by the wrist and drag him over. Sarah Raya, Chandrakala Great Raya, slays the Centipede Raya. May I present Thomas Boland? He's a gibbous moon, and he is our designated speaker.
This Thomas Boland?
Hey, I'm Thomas Boland. How are you?
Well, and he like narrows his eyes a lot when he says it.
Oh, hell.
Wait, out of character, I missed what happened.
Mox basically dragged Thomas over to meet the visitors, and apparently Daisuke doesn't approve.
Yeah, Thomas is Thomas, and Daisuke feels ways about that.
Thomas, perhaps you should give a formal introduction to the Honorable Raya from the Maipo Sept.
See, this is the best Brides of the Sept right now. Hope they like that shit.
All right. Let's see. Out of character. How is the proper introduction done again?
I mean, I don't think
Generally,
you need
it's
to do
you
one
would
because we
you would
didn't do one either.
What?
What? Okay. Basically, if you want to do a proper introduction, because before, like, they just kind of showed up and started talking to us.
Because they can do that.
Yeah, that happened. It didn't really matter. But if you want to do a proper introduction, you would do your whatever name you go by the most. So in this case, it'd be Thomas Boland. Then your deed name, which would be You Bastard. And then you do a lot of things after that point. You could do Thomas Boland, You Bastard, Galliard of the Fianna tribe, born on two legs, or whatever. As long as you get your name, deed name, auspice, tribe, rank, and breed in there, you're good.
Okay. Like I said, dice stream load. All right. I'm Thomas Boland, known as Ya Bastard. I'm a Fianna Galliard from the homelands. Born on two legs.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Thomas Boland, born on two legs.
I'm rolling a penny on Mr. Buckface.
You're gonna roll what?
Perception empathy.
You go right ahead. He will continue his introduction. I am Katsuo Daisuke, slays the centipede. Gold pillar of the Hakken. He's just being intimidating as fuck right now. He doesn't actually have Thomas. Like, his whole goal here is to look so hard that his own nightmares are scared of him.
Okay, watch. I bet you this is the kind of motherfucker that watches Oron Host High School Club when he goes home.
Do what?
This kind of motherfucker that watches Oron Host High School Club when he goes home and shit.
So,
Senpai, notice me.
I am glad that you have shown wisdom. It is our goal that your speaker and your alpha never again be the same individual. We are willing to let the Sunset people speak for us. Listen to our counsel.
Mox is going to lean over surreptitiously to Thomas and whisper, "Felicia's the alpha. Don't contradict." And then lean back.
Can I just say how fucking great that was? Felicia made a whole big deal of how cool she was to be in beta, and then next conversation walks into, she's just like, yeah, you're alpha now. No, you don't get to argue. Hashtag matter now.
So you just got informed that Felicia's the alpha?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear that I now know who the Eastern grievances will come from that I can present to others.
There are many of us. We will speak for ourselves when we may. We are bigger on your formalities than some of the Sunset people we have met in the past.
Your pardon, great sir, but I did just come from a war zone not too long ago, so I'm not too big on formalities myself, but I shall learn.
Thank you.
A resisting urge to smack back of head.
No.
I just feel the salt increasing off of this Haken. I feel it out of character.
It's fine.
Looks. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's fine.
The eldest
Well-
looks over and goes, "Perhaps it would be wise to treat one's elders with more respect, Thomas Boland."
Mox is, in an attempt to change the subject, Mox is going to say, "We were just making sure that the Bane charms were still working. Would you like to pass under them and see if you trigger anything?"
Chandrakala gets a funny look in her eyes and says, "Yes, please."
Oh no, he pissed off the rank
Oh,
6.
hell, I feel like we should P&E that shit.
Gonna
I'm-
do it. Do that
Thomas-
shit.
Is this and takes another sip from his drink.
I botched.
Oh, sweet God.
What'd you botch on?
Perception empathy, so it's not too
At
horrible.
least you got 3.
Chandrakala is about to get upset, but she's not quite there yet. She's going to give him a chance to rectify the situation.
Mox should know his own tribe well enough to know exactly how pissed off she's getting.
See, we stopped playing Werewolf the Apocalypse about half an hour ago. We're playing Legend of the Five Rings now.
Hey, as long as we don't go into a Song of Ice and Fire, I think we're good.
I call Miyamoto clan.
No, it's worse. Legend of the Five Rings is worse. And I'm playing a Mushi in a social game right now. Fuck.
But no, she's essentially waiting to see if he'll pull the first foot out of his mouth or if he'll insert the other two.
All right. Sorry I made that joke. To bring it back in and refocus, Mox has pretty much pulled a distraction maneuver and said, "Hey, Thomas, how about you go ahead and walk under these bells right quick, see if they go off, see if you're wormtating and shit." Is Thomas there right now?
Yeah, he's there. He's just watching this for a moment, takes another sip from his bottle. Mox, you say anything like that again, and I'll make sure that they don't have the chance to punish you severely. Is that understood?
Mox just goes, his eyes just narrow.
Okay.
Mr. Boland, now is not the time to have such an attitude.
Felicia is going to. God damn it. She's going to look at Thomas. And she's going to look at him and she's going to say, "Thomas, listen, man. No one's throwing accusations at you. No one's trying to make any sort of implications on the matter. These are merely a formality. In the same way as when you go onto the Bond of the Sept, you get cleansed. Same deal as that. No one's saying anything. No one's implying anything. I did it once already myself. If I walk through it with you, will that make you feel better?"
Elizabeth's stress levels increase as the silence
Yeah.
continues.
Hey, Ben, you there, man? Hello?
As far as I know, I'm not the one being talked to.
Yeah. No, dude, you are. Yeah. Felicia.
Sorry.
I thought Felicia was talking to the old lady. Damn.
No, Felicia was talking to Thomas. I'm sorry about that, dude.
Oh, by the way, one thing that Thomas should know: there's no humor in Mox
Yeah.
at all.
Do you want me to go back over what I said in case you checked out? Because I do apologize if I miscommunicated that genuinely.
Just explain that she needs to go under it. As far
No, Felicia was explaining to Thomas that he needs to go under it. Because Mox was saying that.
I thought this whole thing was directed at the old lady at first, so that's why he reacted the way he did.
Oh, okay.
That changes a lot of things. No, you've
Yeah.
been speaking
Can
to
we
this-
back the fuck up and try that again?
Yeah.
We totally
Back
can.
the fuck up.
Yeah.
That definitely will
Okay.
affect the pulse levels.
Hit rewind, pause,
Yeah.
play,
All right.
record.
All right, awesome. Sorry about
Mox
that.
walks over to Thomas and says, in order to diffuse all the salt being thrown around, Mox will say in a very serious voice, which is the most serious you've ever seen him. There seems to be no humor in him whatsoever. Hey, Thomas, we were just making sure the Bane charms were working. Maybe you'd like to walk under them and make sure nothing happens.
Oh, Bane Charms. What a wonderful idea. Where are they? So I can walk under them.
He'll motion to the bone wind chimes that are not moving in the breeze at all.
And he, unless stopped, he starts striding right towards them.
Okay. Nothing happens. You're good.
Okay. And he just walks back to his position.
Chandrakala will speak and say, the reason that we wish the speaker and the alpha to be different people is so that the alpha can focus running the sept, while the speaker speaks for all shifters. Another reason is, of course, strategic. If we put an alpha in place as the speaker, then the entire council that we have been made aware functions in this area will know who our strongest members are.
It's definitely a tactic the other houses haven't taken.
Good. We can use that to our advantage. I am told there are many dragon's nests in this city. Many of them under the control of the name breakers. And she kind of like gets a really bad taste in her mouth. The others.
Would that be a Stargazer lore check to know about name breakers, or is that
Name breakers is the Hengyokai term for wizards. It's
Okay.
I
not
thought that was our term too.
do what?
No, Garrett term is Karen Eaters.
Okay. Although Felicia may look at Mox as she starts talking about Dragon's Nest.
That's fair.
Has no idea. Yeah, no. She has no idea what the fuck that is. She has no idea what the fuck that is.
Mox will lean over and whisper in her ear, she's talking about Karen's.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry, am I unclear?
Mox will bow profusely and apologetic. No, Great Raya. I was merely...
Be honest with me, child.
Then
There are... Mox will silence himself and look at Felicia unless Felicia wants him to explain.
Felicia will bow very intently. And as she rises, expose her throat to give respect on their turns and hers. And she'll say, I am sorry.
You faded out there, Tim.
Oh, right, because I'm not up to the speaker. Okay. So I apologize, Chandrakala Raya. I have a very pronounced ignorance when it comes to many of the terms used by the Hengyokai and the Beast Courts.
May I show you a trick for understanding?
I would very much appreciate that, Raya.
You all get like a funny sensation in your heads.
Is it a teep knock knock?
It is. It's
Mox will let her in.
Mox is familiar with this.
Oh, is this mind speak?
This is mind speak.
Yeah, she'll let that in.
Okay.
I just have to know one thing. Does that whole sept or pack all have mind speak?
It is very common among the beast courts. It is one of the most common gifts because it's easier than learning everybody else's language.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's real.
Okay. And out of character, she's going to discover that Thomas has the gift too.
Oh
Good
I mean-
gumdrops.
I mean, that's not fair though, admittedly.
Yeah. It's a Galliard gift. It's cool.
Like,
But like it's on the Hengyokai general gift list for the beast courts so that everybody can take it.
It's like
yeah, okay, makes sense.
it's like most other people's minds. There's a door. His has a welcome mat.
Fair enough. All right. So you're kind of all into this waking dream that looks very similar to where you're at, but kind of slightly dreamified, sort of enhanced, kind of cartoonishly amplified in color and stuff like that. Just slightly. So now when she speaks of these things, you can kind of get images of what she means so that you can kind of learn the terms as they go. These dragon's nests are of great importance. We can't let them be misused. If others are taking care of them, it is not our policy to remove them from their care. But if they are not, then I fear that someone must.
Well, as far as I know, Great Raya, the ones that have been taken over by some of the Karen Eaters haven't been draining them like they usually do. It's if we were to try to take them back, it would kind of be a violation of the tarot accord that we all must adhere to in order to survive in the city. As much as I'd like to take the cairn from underneath the museum, it is apparently shared amongst all the houses, and we are not allowed to interfere in that.
Ah, politics. And she smiles.
Lux gives a nod and a bow. It is the bane of existence for Great Raya.
It is the spice in the life of an old woman. Speaking of politics, did you tell me you had a half moon cup?
Mox will raise his head and nod. Yes, Hannah Shapiro, she is yet to undergo her rite of passage. But I believe the Alpha has her close.
Who is in charge of her?
Mox will nod towards Felicia.
I am Chandra Colorado.
Ah. It is not typically my place to interfere, but as a Jade mirror, and like with Jade, you kind of get a sense that she's elder than an elder.
Oh, okay.
And all of you at once are getting this in your head. And when she says mirror, you're seeing something somewhere between a theurge and a philodox.
Okay, I can dig it. Also, damn, she gets both those gift lists. That's fucking insane.
I feel it is my duty to suggest that perhaps a negotiation could be part of her ascension to adulthood.
Mox will kind of stroke his chin a little bit. It does ponder an interesting query. Alpha, how well can she maneuver amongst the other houses?
I've seen her be quite natural in a lot of the common social circles that Tarot Court has.
Do you think she could be trained to work politically among them?
She is a Philodox. She has been born to do so.
Mox will merely nod his head, of course, Alpha.
Thomas rubs his chin in thought and takes another sip from his drink, but refrains from commenting.
Out of character, y'all motherfuckers making me buy up social stats now. Hella mad. I'm mad. I was gonna get firearms for it. Nope, I gotta get the inspiration gift of leadership.
I mean, you need someone to teach you how to be a leader. You got like a super good leadership fucking silver thing that can help.
You buy so many rounds. But all right, bringing it back in. I'm sorry.
Good. Merely a suggestion.
Felicia nods. I will take the advice of one who is far greater in wisdom than myself. Time to tell her I
We will present a list of requests at a more formal time. Shall we say the end of this moon or the beginning of next? Which would you prefer?
I believe it was your Alpha's determination that everything be settled before the turning of the next moon.
Ah, yes. Very well then. Shall we meet again toward the end of the month?
Mox will turn his head to Felicia.
I look forward to seeing you again. In that time then, Chandrakala Raya. And slays the centipede, Raya.
Thank you. You bastard.
That's out of character.
Aye.
That's out of character.
Not smirking in character.
It was a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Perhaps we will speak again sometime.
I look forward to it.
He will help Chandrakala up, and they will both turn their backs and walk away so that only Sarah is left.
Okay, so Felicia is pretty much going to stand more or less at attention. No, not at attention. More like at ease as they're going ahead and leaving.
Mm.
And as they're gone,
Mhm.
and then they're very definitively gone. And no
Yeah,
one can.
You'll feel the pop leave your mind.
Okay. Felicia just asked, "Did I just become a fucking sept alpha?"
I think
Mox
you did.
Mox will just clap her on the back, say, "You're welcome."
You realize what this means, don't you? You're going to have a fun time.
And Sarah says, and I thought it meant you just had to get a new den mother.
Could be worse. We could have to do things the way they do in Scotland for getting the new ones with their first rank.
And what do they do?
Something that's normally reserved for Arun. Go out and hunt the biggest thing they can find. Usually VSD.
That means we have a lot of working things out to do. I'm an alpha. I need a warder. I'm going to need a wormfoe. I'm going to need a keeper of the land and a master of the right.
I'll leave you to it. And she'll turn around and leave as well.
Mox
The
will
mom-
bow to Sarah as she leaves.
As if the moment, like Elizabeth Bowser, she leaves. With the moment she turns, she leaves. She just turns to Felicia. Where do you need me to help? Where can I be of most service to the Sept? You're Alpha. It's your call now.
All right. Okay. First decision. And then Felicia's going to look in between Mox and Elizabeth. Just want to say, I'm going to need a beta.
Do you wish us to challenge for it?
Do either of you want the position? Do either of you want the position more so than the other, or would one of you want to step back and handle things in a more discreet way?
Elizabeth looks at Mox.
Mox
Correct
looks
me.
rather impassive right now.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mox the Red Star, but as a monk, you tend to remain separate from such things.
It is my desire to follow the path laid before me. Whether it is as Beta, whether it is in a different capacity, that is entirely up to fate.
She nods, simply so I know what the playing field is, as it were. I think in this case it comes down to which one of us would make a better Beta. I do not say I desire the position, but it is the right and the no, not the birth, not the right. It is the expectation of one of Falcon's tribe.
Oh, wait. Felicia just stops. Wait, you just said you didn't want it?
Mox kind of chuckles.
Her
Let the Falcon.
eyebrow just goes up.
Mox would just say, "Let Falcon's child have it. It's best that I not hold a leadership position at this point."
But at the same time, it's going to look a lot. No, let me take that back. You know far more about the Yokai and the Beast Courts than any of us. And we're going to be interacting with them on the regular, like we are. It's going to be good to have someone that understands them on a level that I just don't.
Mox will just kind of smile to Felicia. I can do that far better as a master of the land or master of the challenge or even master of the right. But master of the right should probably go to Elisha, the Theurginal. I can do that better than being Beta. Beta requires somebody who can lead in combat as well as lead politically. I have no capacity for that matter. As a matter of fact, you should also be considering someone for Wormfoe as well.
And Border.
And
And as,
Alpha, if you would permit, I have a suggestion.
I'm open to all sorts of suggestions.
The Arun of Pegasus's tribe. She's been in this city far longer than any of us. I think she would make a good Wormfoe. If, of course, we can find her den. And get her to come out from whatever she does in there with her pups. Training them, or nursing them, whatever.
Nonsense. Ash. I haven't seen her in combat, but if what she says is half true, then she's definitely a badass. I mean,
She is wolfborn, is she not, Alpha? It is not in their nature to lie.
one picks up odd things in this city.
We'll need to find Walks of the Ashes. I have an idea of where I might be able to, but I don't know if she's moved recently. She was helping me learn how to be more wolf.
Alright. Also, I don't think I need to remind everyone here. These positions that we're occupying now, these are not meant for Clevelands. These are not meant for Fosterns. Hell, this position I hold is meant for an Adrian.
It is our duty. Oh, sorry, out of character. I didn't know you were going to speak.
Oh no, it's all good. She'll not say.
Mox will say that is insignificant in the grand scheme of things at this point. If we wish to hold the sept for the Concordiate, this must come to pass, or else they will take it from us. We do not need to be spilling each other's bloods when there are agents of the Weaver and the Worm in this city that would seek our own destruction.
That's what I mean to say, and I want to remind everyone here. There are a lot of heroes in the nation that are not ready to do what they had to do to protect Gaia, but they did it anyway because there was no other choice. And the last hour and a half hasn't said anything. We don't have a choice right now. Look
You
forward
know,
to seeing.
from your. Yep. Sorry.
Oh, she'll say, I look forward to seeing what all of us can do. Most
From
of
your.
combat.
Hell, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm doing
No. Finish.
I'm doing my Commander Chef, and I apologize, my man. I'll say most, if not all of you, I've seen in combat directly, and those of us I haven't. Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea in my head what I'm capable of. Look forward to working with each and every one of you. Out of character now. I'm done. Dan, go ahead.
Well, Alpha, looks like I should be making some battle brew in the future then.
I think
Let the songs of war ring out, I suppose.
that's a great idea. One of my first big issues, not issues, but orders of business, is going to be our Sept Armory. That has got to be restocked.
Does anyone know just what's in it?
Maybe we should go look now if we don't know.
Yep, it's time to go check it out. We need to know exactly what we need.
Also, Alpha,
Yes.
we are going to need a den mother. You wish to continue the duties of the den mother or appoint a den mother.
I believe that changing Hannah Shapiro's guardian as well as Hannah Shapiro's teacher right now would be detrimental to her progress as a Philodox and will delay her becoming a Cliath, let alone the truth speaker we need her to be.
I agree.
That is fair.
As
I
do
would-
I.
I'll make sure that Hannah goes through the rite of passage and becomes Cleath. However, at that point, I will look to someone else to take on the responsibilities of Dead Mother.
She nods. Felicia's known her for a while, you can see cogs are turning in her head. She's just trying to consider plans. She's getting this. She's going full beta, planning things out for her alpha.
Out of character, if anyone looks at Thomas for that position, he's going to look at them like they're out of their damn mind.
Well, no, Elizabeth has seen him. He will not. She will actively say, "Just no." He will beat the Cubs to death. No.
No, he
Look at
won't
the
beat the
strong.
Cubs to death. He will make instigators.
Actually,
Yes.
believe it or not, Felicia has ideas for each of the characters in the on. But I have to go on and out of character.
I will. Anybody that's looking at Mox right now was probably going to notice that he's a little distracted. It seems like he's looking off to the west.
Something on your mind?
Mox will look back. By the way, are Felicia and Elizabeth going to notice, just out of curiosity?
Elizabeth, if Felicia's watching Mox, Elizabeth will watch. Otherwise, she's thinking.
He's looking to the island.
Ah,
Felicia will
The
kind
island.
where we chased the Alpha. The former
He wasn't
Alpha.
there for it. So.
Ah,
Mhm.
yeah. Although Thomas may have heard a rumor about how, as the Wormtaint
I'm
itself,
sure someone. I'm sure someone in the pack bragged to him at some point.
Felicia did not. However, there was a rumor about how, as the Sept Alpha was swimming away, Felicia and Elizabeth were unloading their magazines into him. That's my crowning achievement for that scene. It wasn't killing the BSD. It was that. Felicia will look over. Well, I'll walk on up next to Mox, and she'll say, I know. I want to take it down too. And I have ideas for taking it down. But we've got to get up to fighting strength first. That's our first priority.
Mox will nod his head. Of course. Forgive me, Alpha.
It's fine. I know. Trust me, I know. I'm pissed too.
Thomas will actually raise an eyebrow when the Ragabash is wanting to spill blood, and then you know it's bad.
When we Elizabeth looks back at the group, and her Alpha would like drop back. What he did was unforgivable. I think every guru on this sept wants to spill his blood.
For some of us, it's more personal than others.
She
And then Mox
inclines her head.
will turn and he will head off towards where he knows the Sept Armory to be to check to see what exactly is still in there.
Yep.
She's following.
Now, I mean, I don't know what's in that Sept Armory. The most I've moved with Don Felicia thus far is her contributing like weapons and maintaining them, like the firearms and shit.
Thomas will follow because he's never seen the damn armory before, and now that they're basically at war, he needs to know what's in there.
I'm not exactly sure what was in there when Julia left, but I don't know if Mitchell put anything on there.
I'm not even sure if it was a Sept Armory until I asked about it when I first met Felicia.
Yeah.
AGL.
And
Well,
since none of the storytellers know, I think it needs to be filled with bullshitium.
Yeah. Okay.
Psionic Soul Sword. That's a lightsaber. No, it's a Psionic Soul Sword.
Hashtag everyone gets claves.
I'm down for that.
Actually, there is a clave in there, in the form of a katana that nobody should try to touch because it was used to slaughter Garu.
Oh no.
AK, all I'm hearing is we need a badass spirit quest to cleanse that.
So what you're saying is that's a get offender's clave.
Damn, that shade.
That's a little hater there.
I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
You're really not.
anything else?
I don't know. I thought that some Bane arrows have been put in there. I'm not sure though.
No, I mean in the scene. Anything else in the scene?
I think that's it on my end.
I think that's all really. Anybody else got anything they want to throw in?
I don't think so.
No.
Any smart ass remarks on the Galliard?
For once, no. He's all business.
Oh boy.
All right, I think we're good to close it out, Mitchell. If you want to take us out.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. I'm sure we'll have some later because this is a fun scene. But for now, we're going to close out this particular episode of Hong Kong House of Cards. Tip your waitress. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.